Hey, this is Michelle, Lightsword Yoga instructor. So, when I have online classes, I usually make sure not to include music as part of that streaming process. So, my mic here will usually take out any ambient noise other than my own voice, which is a really, really good thing because that means that anyone who's playing my stream on their side can choose their own music that they want. And so maybe they don't particularly like the music choices I have because I definitely lean into this one and it's not for everybody. So my preferred playlist is from a musician called Danheim, and he's on YouTube here. He specializes in this Viking, kind of warrior esque music. And I kind of lean into that aesthetic a little bit when it comes to light sword yoga. But it's not for everybody. And so you have the options during the classes to switch your own music and do whatever you like. So you can play on one side and then have my streaming on the other. And so that is something you can do. But if you do choose to use Danheim's music, I have compiled three playlists and I've thematically made them into like Darkside, Lightside, and Greyside. And each one of them is composed of about two different albums of his. And I've rated each song, even from each one of those albums. I have a little Excel file where I just kind of rated them all by like intensity and just general mood and style of it. Because even though he kind of has the same thematic theme, there are ones that are a little bit more melancholy, a little bit more that are more intense and warrior. And like you want to use those for your peak poses. You want to really get that kind of masculine energy going. And so I've essentially rated hundreds of songs at this point, I think, and put them into a list for if you were to have about an hour's worth of yoga session. It would start off kind of one, actually, it'll start off with a little bit of a grabber, just so you can start playing music and having people come in and like, oh, what's going on here? And then it'll be like just very melancholy, just kind of breathing, slow, rhythmic stuff for the first like 20 minutes, I think, of a lot of these playlists. And then as you kind of build, it gets more and more intense until you're in peak pose time. And then it's very masculine. And then it comes back down when you want to have that corpse pose in Shavasana for relaxation. You don't want warrior chanting in battle during corpse pose. So I've compiled these three playlists. There isn't a ton of difference between Darkside, Greyside, Lightside. They're all different albums, but I'd say that Darkside tends to me anyway, to be a little bit more masculine energy. Great, Lightside is a little bit more like light, a little bit more feminine, but still, it's pretty. you're gonna get a little juiced from listening to this, and then Greyside's kind of a mix. So um, as I go forward, I'll continue because he's got so many albums at this point. It's really quite fantastic. And as I go through the albums, I'll continuously rate them on the intensities and maybe put out some new playlists here. But each one of these playlists goes directly to his YouTube page. So any royalties that would get from playing his music go directly to him, which I definitely prefer. Although I did ask his record label if it would be okay if I played his music during my personal yoga sessions, which they were totes cool with. So I try to do what I can and not like steal anyone's music or anything without their permission. But all of these playlists should be good to go if you want to go ahead and start one of these things. If I were to go to this video, this is a Darkside, 13 videos. It should go directly to the lineup on the right. Might be a little slow. That's another thing. It's a good thing to have a good internet connection when you play these. And also, if you have, I don't know if there's like an advanced version of YouTube where you can cut out commercials or advertisements, but that's always a good thing too, unless you want to blaring commercial all of a sudden during your yoga practice. And so the first one here will be Ragnarok, and then it goes on to all these. And so I did mix up about two different albums on each one of them. It's very intense. I really hope that the sound's coming through. All right, I'm going to try to pause it because I don't want any kind of copyright violation. So yeah, anyway, so you just play these. And the more you associate these with your yoga practice, the more you'll probably have a very fun association with yoga and his music. And so feel free to use these playlists during your session. So I hope that was helpful. The link to these playlists should be under this is on my YouTube page. So I'm going to put a link in the descriptions here for all of them. So hopefully you should have access to that.